Well, hello again, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Many of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach. I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking for your non-listening audience, presentation skills for the professional, how to deal with the media, and win. And I work in crisis communication. Many of my presentations you can find on my website. If your organization has an upcoming conference and you sit on the committee to find speakers, I hope you'll reach out at debsofield.com. I would love to be a part. I've got a number of books on the market. My books Speak Without Fear, Perfecting Your Platform, are both on Amazon and Audible. And then my book series, Encouragement for Your Life, Volume 1 through 3. Those are a compilation of these podcasts and radio shows, and they're available on Amazon. Just go to Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, and all my books will appear. I have a great theme for today, and it's one that I get asked about a lot, so I thought I would share, and it's this. Our friend, do what clearly lies at hand. Do what clearly lies at hand. I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for spending these next few minutes with me. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. So I have to ask, what do you do when you don't know what to do? That's the question that's come up a lot lately with some projects I'm working on. Sometimes, despite my best intentions, I look down the path of life and wonder, what do I do next? I'm sure it's an issue that many face, since in our world of plenty, we have many great choices, and sometimes there are more ways than one to get to the finish line. But how do you know what road to take? What measurement should you use to make sure you are doing the right thing with the best purpose in mind? What I found is similar to my thought for today. Whenever I don't know what to do, I just try to do what comes next. What comes next in a moderately logical order helps me move to the next goal, the next job, or the next project. See, instead of stopping, because stopping doesn't get you anywhere but stuck, you sometimes have to make a leap of faith, a walk of courage, a run to the finish line to simply push through. Lately, I've been reading a devotional book that was sent to me by a friend, and I came across this quote by Sir William Osler. Our main business is not to see what lies dimly at the distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. I love that thought. I think sometimes we get discouraged because although we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, man, it seems so far away. So instead of becoming discouraged, let's turn that into courage, and let's do what clearly lies at hand. When you don't know what to do, you have a few choices. You can stop, you can redirect, or you can move in the direction that you feel led. Stopping seems to be the most common of all the options. I can't begin to tell you about all the people I meet when I'm speaking who always want to talk to me about next steps in their lives. And then I ask, well, what are you doing now to move you to where you'd like to go? And they just look at me. Sometimes they say things like, well, I don't know what to do, so I'm just waiting. Waiting? For what, I ask. You know, Deb, I'm waiting. To which I reply, waiting for your knight in shining armor to win the lottery? Waiting to get a call from who knows who? Really, what are you waiting for? And then they walk away. Unfortunately, most of us don't know who or what we're waiting for. We're just waiting. Waiting for someone to show the way. Waiting for someone else to do the work. Waiting for someone to make his or her life complete. I understand that we feel safe when we wait for something to happen, a chance to open, a call to come, an opportunity to present itself. However, when we stop for any great length of time, it might signal to ourselves that we've given up, we've grown weary, and we've accepted the idea of failure. When that happens, I find it fascinating that the short rest along the path now has become a stopping point, the end, finished. Now, sometimes in life, you do have to stop. I get that. If you're headed in the wrong direction, please stop and get back on the right path. If you find yourself careening to the edge of the cliff, stop and hold on. If your life is dangerously close to ending, by all means, friends, stop and breathe and get help to get back on track. Hey, hear me. There is no shame in stopping if continuing would do great harm to you or others. Instead of stopping, perhaps you can redirect your walk to set you on another path to success. If you can, then by all means, let's take another path. Please don't be discouraged if others question your choice in life. They don't know what you're going through, and they don't know your calling. I doubt they know the reasons you have for your detour, but as long as you're continuing to move down the path to your success, I encourage you to keep going. I know you probably grew up with a poem from Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. For many who are listening today, please know that sometimes in life, you have to redirect or take a road less traveled to reach your calling, your destination, your future. Our main business is not to see what lies dimly at the distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. One of the reasons this quote caught my attention is that too many times I see people of goodwill simply getting stuck, staring down a darkened track. They're hoping to make sense of the darkness, instead of turning around and looking at the light that lies clearly at hand. Now, for you to be able to do that, you must move in the direction that you feel led. And I believe that most of us have an internal compass that knows the way to true north. I know you've heard that phrase, true north, a lot lately, but do you know its meaning? Here's what I found. True north refers to a point on the earth that remains stationary for all practical purposes. By using the North Star as a reference, one can always tell the direction of true north, and by measuring the angle of the star from the horizon, determine its latitude. The North Star is the last star in the handle of the Little Dipper. Hence the metaphor. In life's journey, we're often uncertain about where we stand, where we're going, what's the right path for us personally. Knowing our true north would enable us to follow the right path. Or, for my stated purpose today, move in the direction that you feel internally led. When we really strip away all the expectations of others and stand alone in the light, we will find and see and make a decision to follow our true direction. It happens every time. If you're healthy enough to understand that you've been put on this earth for a purpose, then you should know instinctively that you have worth. You have value. You, my friend, have significance. And I will add, as a person of faith, I believe that our Heavenly Father knew us before we were born. And if He knew us, and He did, then rest assured that He knows you now, and He knows where you're going. So today, believe that our main business is not to see what lies dimly at the distance, but do what clearly lies at hand. Friend, you have a choice. You can stop or you can redirect or you can move in the direction that you feel led. I hope you move. Choose wisely, friend. Your future is most likely depending on it. I have to say, I love that thought. Do what clearly lies at hand. Friend, it makes all the difference in the world. You've got to look up and you've got to keep going. All right, you've been listening to Deb Sofield's Encouragement for Your Life, and I hope you'll join me next week so we can continue this journey together as we work towards a better day. And let me remind you, I don't care what the world says about you. I want you to know that I care about you. I care about you because I believe you can do big things once you clearly see what lies at hand. And I'm going to walk alongside you. I'm going to be here with you as we follow that dream together. Take care, everybody. Join me next week.